a wonderful day in the station. Oh, Douglas, how are you doing? What do you got there? Oh, you got the typical troublesome trucks. Oh, that's... Wait, why does Scruffy look different? Oh, I see. Okay, let's do another one of those then. Hello everyone, this is Kyng Leo Productions 2002, and today I'm doing another wooden railway model review, and this is another new model that I have gotten from this eBay seller called, I think it's Traintown KY, I think? Yeah, Traintown KY or something like that. It's on eBay. I get a lot of my wooden railway merchandise from them. And today, we're going to be looking at a 1996 wooden railway scruffy. Now, this is one of those characters that require no introduction, because everybody knows Scruffy. He was the troublesome truck that bit off more than he can chew with Oliver. Oliver pulled him apart. In the railway series, he was salvaged, but in the TV series, in the railway series he was scrapped, but in the TV series he was salvaged. And now, here he is. So let's get down to the review. So first off, you can tell it's an older model because of how it looks, and not to mention it has no name and it has the more skinny wheels on it, as you know, that looks more accurate to train wheels. Because see, one thing I've always noticed is that you can tell when a new model is a new model, when an old model is an old model, is when, you know, newer models have wheels like this, while the older models have, like, you know, the skinnier wheels. Now, I have more models that have these. Like, for example, my Donald and Douglas, they have the old skinnier wheels than the rest. And my Duck was that way too before I did a chassis upgrade on him. You know, I gave him my old Oliver's chassis because I kind of also want to change some things with this Duck, but you know, I'm going to do something with the name, don't worry. I'll paint over it. Anyway, back to the focus of this review. So, like I said, this is an older model Scruffy. This is actually one of the Scruffy models that I've actually wanted in my collection because it's just one of those likable models. I've seen it in pretty much every other wooden railway YouTuber's collection, and most notably Thomas Wooden Railway, and I've always just wanted this model. Now, let's get a better in-depth look at it, shall we? Okay, now that we got the tripod. So, as we look at the model here, it's typical Scruffy fashion. This time he is and then the different thing with this Scruffy than the one I have is that this Scruffy actually has a smiling face. You can tell this is when he's, like, you know, singing the song about Oliver, basically writing a diss track about Oliver and whatnot. And this is actually, you know, this is one of the older releases because, like I said, the wheels and the no name on the bottom, and not to mention this Scruffy actually has a load in him, which is kind of cool. Not removable, but that's okay. So the seller I got him from, he had this guy and the 2006 one from the re-release, basically where I got my Oliver from. Basically the same one that came out with this version of Oliver. But like I said, this one is always special to me because I've seen many YouTubers use this version of Scruffy, and I like the way that how it basically looks. It makes him look actually old and decrepit like he was in the show. And as we put him next to my Scruffy I have right now, I like both of these, but this one was just mainly just for me to add more rolling stock when I first started doing videos. I've always wanted to upgrade Scruffy, but more things came along, and of course I had to modify this guy I had to rip out the spring-loaded gimmick. I super glued the button into his body, and not to mention I customized it by super gluing unused cat litter in here to make it look like he's been used and leftover rubble in him. But other than that, it's pretty good. But This guy is the meat and potatoes. This guy is everything. I like the fact that he is... I basically just like the fact that I have this in my collection now, and this is actually one of my favorite, most wanted items in my collection. Because, I don't know, something about having a lot of the older trucks from the early TWR days is just amazing. Like, having these three in their original wooden railway fashion is just, you know, it's younger me, it's the younger me inside of me is screaming. You know, he's like, yes, you finally got all the good guys. You finally got all the troublesome trucks we wanted as a kid. And also, just to add in, having just basically all four of these guys, the four troublemakers, it's just basically amazing to have them. And basically, like I said, it's just basically good to have an actual scruffy in the collection. I also wanted to explain why I've been absent for a while. I've been dealing with things personally. I've been trying to get back on my animations. I'm in school. But currently, as you see from the new layout, I'm currently working on a new episode of the series. You know, I'm trying to do at least 5 more episodes to finish off Season 2, because we've been in Season 2 since late 2022. But I'm going to try to finish it, and I do want to do a Season 3, but there are some things that are going on right now. But to the point where a Season 3 is possible, but it's going to be in a different place for now. But anyway, this is my review on the TWR Scruffy, and look forward to seeing him in my series, because this is now going to be my new de facto. This is going to be now my new de facto Scruffy, and crap, I keep dropping them. And just keep looking out for more videos. Have a good day. Bye.